Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yes. The global remittance market is worth $600 billion a year, and surprisingly, half of this amount is dealt with in hard cash. People from every country in the world send money to their families and friends, but they have one huge problem in common: the incredibly high fees, which can in some cases eat up to 20% of their transferred cash. If a person wants to transfer $200 in cash, why should he accept to be ripped off by paying a $20 fee, or even more? The good news is that the world has a new powerful technology called the blockchain. A lot of people are already using this technology every day to transfer digital money called cryptocurrency, instantly, efficiently, and across the world. How do we use the blockchain to solve the high fees issues of cash transfers? Imagine you're in London and you want to transfer 500 Great British pounds in cash. From your PC, smartphone or tablet, you just choose the amount you want to transfer, insert the amount you want to be delivered in local currency, enter your place and the place of destination, choose the duration of your request. Cashaa matches your cash transfer request with the cryptocurrency cash trades that are available in your city and the destination city. Once the match is found, Cashaa tells you who you should meet in your city to deliver the cash to, and who the cash receiver should meet in his city to pick up the cash. You both receive a unique passcode, and the cash receiver gets his money delivered. It's as simple as that, and you don't have to know anything about blockchain or cryptocurrencies. Cashaa does all the work for you. Cashaa generates a win-win situation. Cryptocurrency traders are happy because, thanks to the cash senders, they have access to more liquidity and more trading opportunities. And cash senders are happy because cryptocurrency traders are in competition for their money. Therefore, the cash that will be delivered to destination is exactly the amount that was required, and nothing is lost in fees. No service fees, no exchange rate fees. Cashaa is not just an idea, it's already a product. We are looking for smart early adopters and innovators to join us in our mission to make cash transfers free for everyone in the world. Contact us and join us in this revolution. The global that we are matching some cash traders with cryptocurrency traders. What we are doing there, we just before we see the situation that how Bitcoin, which is one of your famous cryptocurrencies now, had no effects in the market for a certain period of time. And then suddenly we see that there was a very, very high boost in this project, and there are a lot of cryptocurrencies start coming after that. But still the Bitcoin, which will have a highest market capitalization, is on the chart. So the question is, we are still not, maybe because we are in Amsterdam, we are using a lot of Bitcoin for our daily uses, but I think still it is not the case for each and every city. Then what is this volume is all about? Who is doing these volumes? Because if an average consumer is not doing or not using Bitcoins to send or buy his drinks or buy the merchandise, then who is using it? And the answer is most of this volume are coming because of the trading, which the traders are doing in different forms. They are doing by either they are using local Bitcoins or through any centralized exchange. All this volume belongs to the trading community. I say most of them, maybe 99% of them. So if all the volumes are from the trading, it's a huge number which is now we have, and it's a very, very high, huge potential which this trading network has. Now we wanted to know that how these people are solved like trading. To see this,
we have one of the very classic example, local bitcoins, where most of the people in beginning go find someone, buy some exchanges. Like I got my first bitcoin on a local bitcoin because I don't want to do like hundreds of stuff with the exchange, the KYC and all those things. And I had a fear maybe in 2014 that if I buy the bitcoins, maybe police can take me off. So I just wanted to do it on the streets, and I used local bitcoins that time. We have this. Now when we come to these traders, how we wanted to make a project that how we can solve or make their trading more and more simpler and give them more benefit. Because as a trader, if I'm a simple trader and I could be a buyer or a seller as a trader, what I want. If I'm a buyer, I always want to give less money and buy as many as things or Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency. If I'm a seller, at the same time, I want to give as less as Bitcoins and take as more as money as a seller, which is a simple economic principle of a buyer and seller. But we saw that it is not possible at a very high extent when you belong to the same economy. So what we did in this project, we tried to separate these buyers and sellers in different economy. We say, what about if our seller is in Amsterdam and our buyer could be in Jakarta? Because then we are talking about a simple word arbitrage which exists between these two markets. And if we are able to use these economies and involve these buyers and sellers and buyers from two different economies, there can be a major profit for both of them. But then project starts that then how you will transfer the cash from Jakarta to Amsterdam. Then you have to again go through one of the banks, which most of the Bitcoiners doesn't like, or you have to go through the Western Union, then you have to pay like 15% or 10% of the high fee. So end of this, all your saving will go to the deep pockets of these big corporations. Then why not? And that's how we come up with, then why not to solve a problem for this by using the cash remittance market. And when I mean the cash remittance market, I mean the simple cash in my pocket. The cash, the hard cash, still people thinking that it's going away, but in reality, still more than 300 billion a year is transferred from a developed to developing countries through a hard cash, through a network of Western Union, MoneyGram, RIA, or private settlements. So still there are a lot of money which is flowing, and this money is almost 8-9 times higher than the trading volume of the entire cryptocurrency. So the market is very huge if we just about try to solve the problem of these traders and give them the arbitrage advantage. And that's how we bring the picture of the cash sender who wanted to send money from Amsterdam to Jakarta. And what we did as a platform, we are not a money changer, we are not a remittance company, we are just a marketplace who are matching these people, and that's all. We don't do more than this, we don't do less than this. So end of the day, we are just peer-to-peer marketplace matching cash senders with the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency trading networks. As simple as that. I would like to show the trading platform first. We started this, obviously this was a new kind of project and we are not sure that from where to start because you have a chicken and egg problem because you have perfect. Presentation become Microsoft presentation. Okay, anyways. So the problem was that we have the chicken and egg problem. Who is going to come first? The cash center is going to come first or the Bitcoin traders is going to come first? Because if we are a marketplace and matching two different people, we need both of them. But the question stops and the project stops that who is going to come first on the platform. And to solve this what we did, before making any legal entity or any company registration, we just launched this platform anonymous on 3rd of April 2016, say 4 months ago. And what we launched, we just give our users, the traders, a possibility to exchange. This was the pilot project which we did just by using Bitcoins. But in our complete project, we just don't depend on the Bitcoin. We use most of the cryptocurrency. And then we are also developing that maybe a seller is selling bitcoins while a buyer maybe could be buying Ether Classic or Ether Core, or he is buying any new cryptocurrency. And then we also give them the advantage not only of the economy, but we also give them the advantage to have higher matches through the arbitrage between two different cryptocurrencies. Something like, if you know about SafeShift, how many people know about SafeShift? So, but in this case, SafeShift keeps all the arbitrage in their pocket, while in this network, because it's peer-to-peer, the peers get the advantage of the arbitrage, and to enable this exchange, we use the cash senders 300 billion into our system. And in this way, we solve the cash sender problem of sending money, you don't pay any fee, and our traders get more advantage out of the system. So this was the project which we did just by using Bitcoin, because still the Bitcoin have the highest potential if we talk about most of the Bitcoin cryptocurrency network. And using this, we see this that in first 5 days, I think we had 12 traders on the platform. Maybe in next 2 weeks we have around 250 around traders. But then, because on this network, we didn't allow people to just come and register by themselves, but only the traders can invite these traders. But once this platform picked up, we see that in next 2 months, we had more than 5,000 traders on the platform. And this all was happening without any company, because we didn't register the company. There was no company called Cashaa. It was just an anonymous project which was running, and the traders are using peer-to-peer to exchange cash with it. And in these 2 months, we exchanged more than $1 million by the help of these traders. Also, it was very significant to tell that all the exchanges are happening in the countries which are developed. But as far as the more major portion of this trade, maybe I say 80%, was happening in the countries like Indonesia, Philippines, Bangladesh, where there could be a technology issue. And when we had these results in July end, we registered the company, and now we are launching this product by end of the September, also for the cash sender, so that our traders who register, because now we have more than 9,000 traders on the platform, and they have exchanged in together more than 2,000 bitcoins just in Bitcoin volume. So it's now time that maybe by the end of August, we give them also the advantage of the arbitrage between cash senders, and that's all. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I'm sure there will be.
I think these are impressive numbers. I would expect that some of the transactions that you're facilitating are not entirely legal. That does pose a risk when you start to roll out your company, where you have to comply with local legislation in terms of AML, KYC, and all the other boring stuff. But that will come down on you. And I'm very curious if you gave that some thought and how you plan on dealing with that. Because you are serving a need. The question is how much of that need is actually legal and how much of that need you should not want.
As soon as we talk about cryptocurrency or handling cash, it comes into this kind of framework where the pressure of legal authorities are more on us. Obviously, inside the platform, we have a number of steps and number of phases to handle this. Like for the cash senders who want to send cash, these guys cannot send more than 1,000 euros or equivalent, whatever the cash handling limit in their local law they have. So we don't. It's not like if a person wants to send $1 million or $10,000 can use the platform as send, because we don't have to forget the numbers which we have 300 million who is transferring their cash is a legal number from the World Bank, from developed to developing countries, and it means that all these numbers are coming from the books of Western Union and MoneyGram. So what we have doing, we have understand all the regulations which MoneyGram or all the locks which MoneyGram or Western Union have, like you cannot transfer more than $1,000 or more than 800 pounds if you are in the UK in a week. We have obviously we have similar kind of locks, but at the same time, we are not obviously we can't ignore the law. It's very important and we are taking care of it. But at the same time, we are not an exchange platform, or we are not a remittance company. Neither we are a trading company. So if there is any kind of law which is required, or which any kind of certificate or any kind of registration which is required by our traders, it's their responsibility to acquire this. It's not our. So you can see us like an Airbnb. We don't, we just match guests with the host, but if the host need any kind of license through their municipal corporation, it's not the job of the Airbnb to get them that license, it's the job of the host to get those licenses. So we are just fit into that kind of framework.
Is there any other questions? Well, I have there's going to be some physical risk here, I guess, delivering cash. How do you deal with that?
Thanks for that. Obviously, obviously because we are carrying, there is two parties who are giving and taking cash. For that, we have this. Because when the transaction happens, let's talk about more into the transaction manner, that how exactly this transaction happens. So the first user which comes into the picture is the cash sender. He creates a request that I want to transfer 1,000 euros from Amsterdam to, say, in equivalent currency in Jakarta, or say in New Delhi. As soon as he do this, he have to choose two more locations that where he want to give the cash. As you see in the video, there was a Starbucks as a depiction, and where you want to receive cash. Obviously, we cannot say that we cannot stop people to draw, but what we can do, we can advise them, hey, look, meet at the friendly places. Okay, so if you are transferring the cash, choose the locations which is public. Don't choose a gray area, because first we are not supporting any kind of illegal money transfer. So we want people to be open and in public, same like Western Union. So you can choose public places where you want to transfer, or the places where you feel that you are more safe. It could be your office, it could be your home, to give and take the cash. While on the other side, that's why we are using traders instead of simple people who are more into trading, who are already doing the trading. Maybe they could be on the local Bitcoin, on the Paxful, or any other medium, or through their local websites, who are already doing the trading by meeting these people, and they know what they are doing. So, our 50% community is already trained to do this from past 4, 5, 6 years, while for other 50% of the community who doesn't even know about Bitcoin or blockchain, we are giving the power to decide that from where, which location, to which location you want to send the cash. Now, when you do this, we have two locks in the system. The cash is not like a person, just two people meet each other and say, hey, hi, give me the cash. It's not like this. There is a unique passcode which is only valid for a certain period of time, and if I'm meeting and I want to give him a cash, first I need to be sure that he's the guy who supposed to collect the cash. Maybe instead of this guy, I gave my cash this guy and I'm screwed up. And that's why the guy who is always collecting cash have a unique passcode which he have to give before taking the cash. And this passcode is entered by the system. Once the system authorizes verifies the person, you can deliver the cash. So in this way we solve the security, and also if there is any kind of fraud, or if there is any kind of problem in the system. So we have passcode mechanism as well as this user selected locations where you can select the sending and receiving points. Rates. You're talking about exchanges now. Exchange rates. Yeah, okay. So this is a separate question. Okay?
Last question, by the way.
Okay. There are other questions behind. Okay. No, see, for the exchange rates, this is not relevant in the entire system, because before the person who wants to get the cash, deliver his physical cash, our buyers and sellers are already logged inside the system with certain amount of cryptocurrency and equivalent exchange in fiat currency. So the exchange rate is decided at the time he created the transaction. So if I want to send money from currency A to currency B, the system will say, okay, I want to transfer 1,000 euros. In equivalent currency, it's 90,000 INR. Yeah, okay. So if it's about the reputation, we already have the rating mechanism where each user can rate the counterpart, which could be reflected, which is reflected in the next transaction. I think if you go to pages, so if you see there are some of the buy deals here available. So if you see there are some stars here. So in the beginning we don't reveal the complete identity, but what we reveal is the username with the stars, just to have an idea that to whom you are going to deal with. And obviously this is going to be more and more stronger. We have to implement more kind of better review systems. Maybe people can write other than rate, because currently you can rate the users. Now you can't write things, but mostly in the future we will give also this kind of information to the user.